I'm Coach Brian, and you are an addict. Thinking, you're probably saying, Coach Brian, that's not a nice thing to say, but let me just tell you, almost all of Americans are have an addiction going on right now. That addiction is to something called sugar. See, my friends, sugar has become problematic in our lives. Our ancestors only took sugar in basically during the harvest of spring and summer. They didn't have a year-round supply of sugar because most of the sugar came from the crops. They came from potatoes, and they came from fruit. Actually, the stats say that the average American eats 152 pounds of sugar a day. And you may say, like, that's not a big deal, so what? Well, studies have shown that the addiction level to sugar is the same level as cocaine. Food manufacturers have purposely injected a very addictive stimulant into our food consumption and then got us addicted to it. Most, like average sugar consumption is not bad. We actually only need about 1/10 of what we actually consume. So where a little bit of sugar is okay, a lot of sugar is really bad. And where that becomes problematic is through our metabolic system, and causes metabolic issues like stroke, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's is all connected to high sugar intake. The process creates a problem called metabolic syndrome. And metabolic syndrome is the primary source of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and I think I may have missed one, but you get the point. And once you have metabolic disease, you're 65% more likely to be hospitalized for one of those 5. You're thinking, you're probably like, Coach Brian, I look at my labels and I make sure that it doesn't say any sugars in there. But the manufacturers know this, and they have repurposed and retooled and renamed sugar. So here's a list right here. You can see there's 50 different names that they've hidden within processed foods to kind of hide sugar from us. And part of the reason why there's so much sugar in so much food is because it's highly profitable. Sugar is profit. Remember that. I know what you're saying, like, Coach Brian, I don't know what to eat. What if I want to get sugar out of my diet? Well, this is a quick, easy way. Eat one ingredient foods. Foods that have one ingredient are going to have very minimal amounts of sugar. So let's kind of go through a questionnaire really quick. If you're eating a food that has more than one ingredient, you don't eat it. So something like Doritos, is that a yes or no? Ice cream sandwiches, yes or no? Squash, yes or no? Rice, yes or no? Zucchini, yes or no? Kind of get the point. Anything that's been grown from the earth, it's okay to eat because it has very minimal sugar. Mainly in particular, some things that sugar causes is problems with inflammation. So if you have problems with joint pain and just waking up in the morning and you feel like crap, you're unmotivated, or you're depressed, or you have anxiety, sugar could be the culprit. And it's a very easy fix. But just like any drug, you have to pull yourself off of it slowly. So some people might say quit cold turkey, but if you're the type person that drinks 10 Cokes a day or even 5, it's a good thing to go half that for a week to kind of help with the symptoms. You may get a headache, you may feel more anxious, you may feel a little depressed, while you're coming off this drug called sugar. But in the long run, you're gonna feel a lot better. So let's get the sugar out of our systems. Let's focus on one ingredient foods. Let's make our communities better by becoming well ourselves, and then things can change for us. Why I brought all this up is because I was at Walmart earlier in the week, and I got behind someone in the grocery line, and they had a couple kids, and they had bought 15 or 16 things of juice, all kinds of different candy snacks. And I was just thinking, you know, this parent probably thinks they're doing well by buying juice for their kid and getting some candy, but they're introducing their kids to a gateway drug. And I know this for a fact: ADHD is connected to sugar use.